What is up, you guys? I'm Charmx today. I'm going to be reacting to how big do tsunamis get by real life lore. I actually really like real life lore's videos. I find them really interesting and quite cool. So hopefully this is going to be quite interesting. As far as how big tsunamis get, I don't know, but the thumbnail makes it look like they're as high as like the Empire State Building or something like that. Like they're freaking huge. Which, if that's true, I don't know. But with that being said, the original link's in the description. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Real Life Lore. Without any further ado, let's begin.
Tsunamis are some of the most powerful and deadliest forces of nature. Within recent memory, you may recall both the 2004 Indian Ocean tsunami and 2011 Japan tsunami.
Yeah, I remember the 2011 one, and I believe from that one, there's like a bunch of YouTube videos showing like this weird sea monster thing or something swimming around when this happened. Like it was swimming around in the streets or something like that. It was really bizarre.
Both of which resulted in catastrophic damage and loss of life. The Indian Ocean tsunami happened after a massive earthquake struck here in the Indian Ocean. The earthquake itself released more energy than every single explosive detonated in the entire Second World War, including the nuclear bombs. The waves smashed into Indonesia, South Asia, and the east coast of Africa, punching as deep as 2 kilometers inland from the coast in some places. The tragedy claimed the lives of around 250,000 people, making
250,000 people? Wow.
The deadliest tsunami in all of history, while the 2011 Japan tsunami was the costliest in terms of damage. That tsunami was also generated by an earthquake that created waves as high as 40.5 meters, just about 5 meters shorter than the Statue of Liberty, that came slamming into the Japanese east coast, traveling up to 10 kilometers inland away from the coast.
6 miles.
Photos like this that look like something straight out of a Hollywood blockbuster, with what used to be a road stretching out into the endless ocean, the economic cost to Japan was enormous. An estimated $300 billion in damages was done.
Now that's a lot of damage!
More than the entire GDP of South Africa. But
I wonder if they've recovered fully from that yet, because I've no idea. 2011, that's what, 7 years ago now. So, I don't know, they might have, but I kind of doubt they've fully recovered.
These are what are called regular tsunamis, and there is an entire other...
That's a regular tsunami? That's just an everyday tsunami? What?
Their class of gigantic waves that are simply called mega tsunamis. Unlike a regular tsunami that is created by an earthquake, a mega tsunami is usually created when a massive amount of material suddenly falls into water, which displaces that water into a huge wave. The most
How massive could it, unless it's like a meteor or something, how massive could an object be to make a bigger wave?
Tragic and possibly terrifying instance of this happening in recent times was back in 1963 here in Italy.
Recent? This ain't recent.
Just 100 kilometers north of Venice. The Italian government and a construction company were building what at the time was going to be the largest dam on Earth. The only problem was that they were building this dam with a huge water reservoir the size of a large lake right next to one of the most unstable mountains on the planet.
That is what I call a recipe for disaster.
For months leading up to the completion of the dam, there were several minor landslides and other signs that there could be a catastrophe coming. The government and company continued to ignore all the warning signs until it was obvious that the mountain was actually going to collapse directly into the dam's reservoir. The engineers calculated the landslide that would likely occur, lowered the water in the reservoir to what they believed was a safe level, and then actually stood on top of the dam the night that they expected the landslide to...
So they knew that this mountain was gonna fall, or there's gonna be a big landslide, and then they go and stand on the dam that is going to be affected if there is a landslide. Man, these people are out of their mind.
To occur to watch it all go down. The only problem was, the landslide ended up being over 10 times more powerful than what their calculations.
Why didn't they go in a helicopter or something and watch it from in the air? Or, like, I mean, there are better ways to do it than what they did.
Had predicted. This is a view of that mountain today. This right here used to be the reservoir, and all the land that's there now came crashing off the mountain from these areas that are now exposed white rock. This tremendous amount of earth and rock fell into the reservoir in a matter of seconds, completely filled the entire reservoir, and generated a wave 250 meters high that flew over the top of the dam and into the villages below.
A lot of damage!
The wave was almost the same height as the Transamerica building in San Francisco for some reference, and caused an impact crater 60 meters deep and 80 meters wide when it slammed into the ground on the other side of the dam.
It created a crater 200 feet deep?
If you were standing from this angle looking up at the dam at the exact moment that the wave came over it, the entire sky that you see in this picture would be completely covered by water. This photo was taken in the town of Longarone, which before the mega tsunami looked like this, but afterwards looked like this,
It wiped the entire town.
completely destroyed. Around
Oh my
2,000 people
goodness.
lost their lives in the accident, but it's not actually the largest mega tsunami even in recent history.
I want to know if people started going after the government after that happened, because the government and the company, they just kind of ignored everything, right? I wouldn't be surprised.
Distinction would have to go to a mega tsunami that happened here in Lituya Bay, Alaska back in 1958. A powerful earthquake caused a massive landslide to occur here at the backside of the bay. The huge amount of land that came crashing into the bay created a titanic wave 525 meters high.
1,700 feet high? What? So I guess that kind of answers my question, you know, what could possibly fall into the water to make a wave so high? Well, like, I was thinking it would be like a meteor or something like that, but no, it's freaking just landslides.
High that slammed into this part of the bay, completely went over it and smashed into the other side here. The height of this wave was over 100 meters higher than the tip of the Empire State Building and just 16 meters short of the recently built One World Trade Center in New York City. But
That's like 28 million times taller than I am. I guess that's because I am only a few inches tall, but still.
the largest tsunami generated from a landslide happened around 1.5 million years ago in Hawaii, on the Pacific island of Molokai. At some point around that time, about 1/3 of the northern portion of the volcano collapsed into the ocean and generated a wave 600 meters high, which would have completely inundated the entire island of Molokai and wreaked havoc on the rest of the island chain. This wave would have been about...
If you're a surfer, I wonder if you could ride one of those waves and be fine from it. Like, no, you wouldn't be fine, because when that thing comes down, you're going down with it.
About the height of 4 Great Pyramids of Giza stacked on top of each other, but even that pales in comparison to the largest ever known mega tsunami, which was caused by an asteroid.
There we go. That's what I was thinking. You know, if an asteroid would hit Earth, it'd be a big tsunami.
The same asteroid that likely killed the dinosaurs also caused possibly the largest mega tsunami in all of Earth's history when it crashed into the modern-day Gulf of Mexico. You would need 2 million Tsar bombs to release this same amount of energy, which caused an equally unbelievable wave of up to 5 kilometers high that would have smashed into the Gulf Coast states of the modern-day United States. There's really no fear of something like that ever happening again, right?
I mean, asteroids are always flying into Earth, right? Not massive, but like little meteors, right?
0.00001% chance of one of the Canary Islands collapsing into the ocean during your lifetime happens, which would cause a tsunami about 1 kilometer high and would probably wipe out the entire east coast of the United States. Unless that happens, then no, probably not. But it's still fun to think about.
Wait, what? It's fun to think about a tsunami crashing. Maybe for you. Anyway, I hope you guys like this video. It's freaking crazy, man. I was not aware of how high they could be and or what would cause them to go so high, but I never even thought of, you know, land sliding into the ocean, which would create a massive wave. But yeah, I hope you guys like this. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, possibly share with a friend. If you're new and subscribe to join the family. Also, make sure you guys go subscribe to Real Life Lore. Links in the description. I'll see you guys next time. Boop!